Here we are testing the video qualities, let's say, of this Astrhori 85mm 1.8 Mark II. Yes, it's a very familiar lens and we'll briefly mention why later, but I'm rather curious to see how it performs. You'll notice I'm not waving the retail box around. That's because at the point of recording I don't have it, but when it's out, of course, we're expecting to see the usual rather cool Astrhori branding, box setup, etc. So just don't worry about that when you see it in the clip. I think I wasn't supposed to show it, but here we go. Life is too busy. Just move on. Let's jump out the frame and see if we can test focus breathing. It's going to be a bit awkward shooting this on my own and on my lovely S5. It's not. Yeah, let's just get out the frame and see if we can get it to hit the back. Have you hit the back yet? There we go. And get myself back in. I suppose I'm not helping wearing these colours, but I'm doing this just to give it more to find. I think it's got me. Frankly, that test is what it is. I just wanted to see how the foreground, background and stuff looks from the get-go. We're going to get it in the studio now and look at it up close. Yeah, you're going to see what I'm on about in a minute if you're not sure. And then we're going to get out and have some fun with it. So yeah, that's enough of my face. Let's get on with it. Security. And the lens itself, which, yes, will look very familiar to some of you, but we'll get to that later. Caps fell off. There we go. We've got a USB-C port in there. No weather sealing. Snap cap. 62mm filter thread. 80cm minimum focusing. Let's get that all on there. Nice knurling there and there. Declicked ring 1.8 round to the A. Decent click on the AF MF. Custom button, and that is your absolute lot. So angle of view 28.5 degrees. Can't even get that off there. Right. 11 diaphragm blades, 10 elements in 7 groups. Huh, okay. That's interesting. That's going to take some wearing in because it's quite hard to turn. Relatively hard to turn, you know. And there's definitely some stiffness in there. Now, the lens itself without caps, I've weighed it myself at 388 grams. That is basically it on the S5. What are we thinking? Yeah, let's get out and see how it fares. Almost 850 test shots later, how do I feel about the build and the handling? Well, it's a touch heavy, but very solid, very easy to work with and fits pretty well on my S5. I really appreciate the knurling on the rings, but I wish the aperture ring was clicked. The AF, MF switch and the custom button both work really well though. Finally, autofocus performance is a little underwhelming, but at this end of the market, something has to give. That's that then. What really matters is the image quality. So let's check out a few more random test shots and then summarize my thoughts. Sharpness is pretty good, wide open, centers, you know, decent, edges not that far off, color rendering pretty good, and contrast good. Chromatic aberration is minimal, as is fringing, which clears up by F.8. Vignetting is visible, wide open, and is basically almost gone by F4. Ghosting, flare, not well controlled, so be careful. Bokeh, kind of interesting, not perfect of course, but you know, pretty nice to work with. All said and done, image quality, you know, it's got that flavor you expect from its parent company. Quite good, very usable at the price, which we'll talk about next. So what's the crack with the almost exact copies then? Well, although Astrhori and 7 Artisan belong to one company, these two brands are totally different. That's direct from Astrhori, and we'll leave it at that. I do like the minor differences with this one, so fair play. It's probably the cheapest 85mm F1.8 autofocus lens with an aperture ring available for L mount. Please correct me. That's at the time of recording, as far as I know. And the lens is going for £259 right now, thanks to a voucher code on Amazon, which I'll link below. Hopefully it's still there by the time this goes out. All in all, not bad value. But what do you think? It's certainly a vast improvement over the first version Astrhori put out, and an interesting move to establish the brand under the parent company by using an existing lens and tweaking it. Let's see how it goes moving forward though.